Hello, beautiful, beautiful people. So I'm just going to do a little sharing with you actually. And, this morning I was sitting by the window and I was sitting in the kitchen and I was just feeling mainly the weight of everything, that I was carrying, that I carry. And it was one of those moments where the world just feels heavy. Those days where it just feels so difficult. Your whole body feels heavy. And where these kind of inner voices, they're kind of just whispering that, you're not enough or you could have done better or whatever these voices are. But I reached for a book of poetry, and this book is like a lifeline, and it's always something that I turn to in these moments. And the book of poetry is Wild Geese by Mary Oliver. And as I read the opening line, I really felt something inside just begin to soften a wee bit. And the opening line is, you do not have to be good. And these words really, they hit me like a warm wave. You do not have to be good. How often do we demand goodness of ourselves, perfection even? And I don't know about you, but I'm aware of all the expectations that I carry and so many stories within me that I feel I should be, right? But in that moment, Mary Oliver's words, they offered like a kind of permission, and they reminded me that life isn't about that striving to meet these impossible standards. But she goes on to say, you do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. And yet how often do we act as though we must? As though life's like a penance, like a proving ground. In reading her words, I felt the grip of those ideas just loosening, even just for a moment. And it goes on to say, you only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. I don't know, there's something really radical in this line. It's like a call to return to ourselves and return to our instincts and to the natural world around us. It's not about becoming something else or fixing, what's broken. It's about listening and about being and about belonging. And I think of the wild geese that she speaks of a wee bit later in the poem. And she goes on to say, meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. And the flight isn't about perfection, and it's about, I believe, instinct and direction and trust. I think sometimes, watching them, I never think that they're striving or they're questioning their worth, are they? They're simply being, and in their being they belong. And I realised that as I read that I've spent so much time trying to be what I think the world wants of me. And I think I feel a wee bit lucky enough to think that this idea of trying to fit in has long gone, but there's still that kind of residue of proving myself to somebody or to be good enough. It's so deeply ingrained. But what if it's not about, not about that at all? I don't believe that it is. And what if the real task is to just be as we are, to live as fully and vividly as the wild geese. Mary Oliver reminds us that, she says, whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination. And that line has been going through my head all day. The world offers itself to us, but not to this kind of perfected self, not to the person we think we should be, but to us just exactly as we are. What a gift, eh? What a gift to know that we are already enough. And I have been thinking or mentioning this in quite a few of my videos about just feeling enough. But I reckon it is so tricky when we are continuously bombarded, right? Who else feels that bombardment? Who else feels like, maybe you've got it together for a little while and then you go outside your door and it gets really, really tricky. So today's video, I just wanted to share this with you. I just wanted to share that you don't have to be good. And you don't have to fix or prove or strive. And I think for me, for a long time, my yoga practice might have been a bit of that. But now it's like my wild, instinctual animal body needs this movement. And it knows that it needs to kind of create some movement through the body, through the spine, and just to allow that aliveness to move through me, because sometimes it does, for me anyway, get stuck. So that movement is that connection from me with, as Mary Oliver says, the wild animal body. So you only have to be here to love. You only have to be here to love what you love and to let the world offer itself to you. And the geese, they don't worry about how they fly, do they? They simply go. They simply trust the call to move, the call to be, and the call to exist. And that, my friends, is enough. And you belong here, in this moment. In this life. And not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. And just like the wild geese, you too are heading home. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you know of this particular poem. Let me know how you've received it, and just let me know how you are. I just want to say a massive thank you to you for watching this video. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much. Bye for now.